Keith Hatcher is back for his second year as the head coach at Ace. And coach, last year you were 8-3, the most successful season in the 5 years of the program there. I always say it's a crapshoot with a first-year head coach, no matter what, pros, college, high school, because you've got to transition yourself. But to have 8 wins like that in your first year, that had to be very satisfying for you.
Yeah, it was a fun year. This time last year, we didn't know the kids very well. They did not know us very well. But I got a great staff and a group of kids that really bought in quickly to what we were trying to do. And we were able to have some success because of that.
Absolutely. The defense got better last year. We're going to talk about that first for this year. Your defense went from allowing 32 points per game in 2021. Last year with you in charge, 26.7. So that was improvement. And now you had some young guys on that team last year that made the improvement. Now they've got experience to play this season, correct?
They do, and that's really where we are hopeful for our largest area of growth coming into this season. We had a bunch of young guys playing, particularly early in the season. We struggled, and we did improve as the season went on. But we're excited about really improving that aspect of our team this year.
David Rydell, the middle linebacker, are you counting on him?
Yeah, David led the state in 2A in tackles last year. Really anchor of our defense. He's a really good football player, leader on the defense. Henry Lewis, another kid in the secondary that was hurt a little bit last year, but will be a leader for us in the back end. And we had a couple of young kids. Gavin Beeman on the defensive line was a starter as a freshman last year. Bryson Vincent as well. And we expect those guys to be a much better defense this year with the experience they gained last year.
All right, finally for this segment, Coach, you said last year of what you were going through. How much more confident are you now going into year 2 after that first year, getting it over with, and just the familiarity being there? I mean, it's got to be a better comfort level, I would think.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly the way to describe it. The comfort level with the relationship between the kids and coaches is at a much higher level now. They understand what we expect. They know what it's like to play in this Macon League. They're better football players than they were a year ago. They understand the game better than they did a year ago. So we're excited about the direction that we're going and looking forward to a new season.
And, of course, that offense is always key for a Hatcher that's leading a team. We'll talk about that with Coach Hatcher in our next report. Back with Keith Hatcher, starting his second year as the head coach at Ace. Well, I tell you, you go from 20 points per game in 2021 to 41.9 in 2022. So that Hatcher mark was on this team last year, Keith. You had to be very satisfied with what you saw on offense and those points that were put on the board.
We performed at a high level offensive, really all season long. Coach Dara, our offensive coordinator, and Coach Faraba over there, they do a great job. And we're excited about, building on what we did last year. We have several of those big weapons returning for us, guys that gained a lot of valuable experience last year. And we're looking forward to another season.
And you've got, all right, Bryce Whitley, a wide out. You've got a running back who had, I believe, 1,600 yards, Aaron Davis, and your quarterback's back as well, correct?
Yes, that's correct. The quarterbacks be a 3-year starter, second year in our system. Caleb Scarberry has really grown as a football player since I've been here. Great leader as well. Aaron, just an explosive back that can score at any point in time. And Bryce, arguably the best player in our league. I mean, those 3 weapons are really key for us. And those guys are all explosive with the ball in their hands.
And a lot of times when coaches talk about experience with the skill players, they have some issues on the offensive line. You don't, right? You've got some experience coming back with the line of scrimmage as well, correct?
We do. Last year, we went into a season with 5 linemen who had never started a varsity football game. 4 of those 5 are back this year. So that experience should be really valuable. Looking forward to seeing those guys grow as football players. They've had a great off season, and they're excited about getting back out there.
Can't wait to see what Ace does this year. First game, August the 18th at Crawford County. Keith, thank you so much for your time. We wish you well this year, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you, Bill.